843 TV, where the Lowcountry comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak. And welcome to 843 TV. I'm your host, Kathryn Mademann, and today we have a great show. We're at the Polaris Tech School here in Ridgeland, and I'm going to talk to Executive Director Kim Statler about the programs here. They are growing, you're doing great things, and we're going to get into it right now. So starting off, I mean, when I heard the name Polaris, that was interesting. It's not a traditional Southern name, so there's something to be said about that. But also, we're finding out that the school is growing.
Yes, ma'am.
Right now, you're from 5 to 12 in grades, and now you're also going to be implementing a kindergarten program. Mm-hmm. So as being a founder, I would love to get a little bit of the insight of how this all happened.
Sure. So back in 2017, a group of us went to the state charter district asking for a charter to be formed here in Ridgeland, South Carolina, and it was really to provide an option for families here. But it was also to address the disconnect between what business and industry was looking for in graduates and what we could actually provide through a K-12 model. So we opened in 2018 with grades 6 through 10, and then added 11th and 12th grade. So we are really excited about the fact that we get to add the elementary grades and have a full continuum K through 12.
Well, I love that too, because you're growing. And so you're now from 2018, is that when you're founded?
Yes.
So as a founder, I mean, as we're talking off camera, we're talking about, putting the foundation and the building blocks together. Polaris, what does that mean? Because I have my own idea, but I'd like to ask you.
So Polaris is really about being a guiding star. Polaris is a star in the universe. And so it was about what could we choose that would send the message to kids to reach for the stars. And we're here as adults to be guidance for you, but we want you to excel. We want you to be the best you can be, whatever that looks like. And it also aligns nicely with some of our programming. We have a great focus on aerospace and aeronautics. So the whole concepts of science and technology really, swirled around the name selection.
And the other thing we were talking about is economics. I mean, because of your career, economics and wanting to provide students the ability to have jobs, and that's the big thing. They want to go to school, they want to either go to trade school, tech school, or four-year school, whatever it might be. So let me ask about that vision.
So my background coming from business recruitment and talking to business and industry was that kids were not coming in with not only foundational skills, but soft skills. Did they have the ability to work together as a team, communication? So one of the things we do here at Polaris Tech is we measure those competencies. So every project that the kids do, we measure as part of their grade. Did they work well together as a team? Can they communicate? Can they problem solve? Because those are the very things that business and industry says our kids don't know how to do. So that's another element that makes us really unique. We're trying to match up not only the career offerings that we have here, but also the type of activities you need to be able to do and skills that you need to have in order to be successful.
Well, then we're also going to be doing is, I want to get into detail with the teachers and everybody else later, but the navigator and the teacher approach. So who brought this curriculum to the table? I mean, it's such a different thought process.
So we did a lot of research. I say we, there were 11 of us that were founders. My role had a lot to do with facilities. Others on the team had curriculum backgrounds. So we did research and best practices and then said to ourselves, how can we do school differently? What do we really want that teacher to look like? Well, we want them to be a navigator. We want them to sit there and help the kids, guide them through the curriculum, not the sit and get approach, which is much more of a traditional regimen. Kids today expect to be challenged. They're very bright. They have access to technology, and you have to be 2 steps ahead of them in order to keep them engaged.
I think so. I worry about that sometimes because they're always on their phones and are able to. Are they reading? Are they comprehending? I don't know if they're looking at pictures. Right. How do you keep that student engaged? Because we were just talking about. I think our minds are going to be changing some point in time, right? Do they relax? What's the biochemistry of all this?
Well, you have to know TikTok. You can't shut yourself off as adults and not understand what is engaging to them. So you have to be relevant, whether it's the project or whether it's the adult. You have to be relevant.
That is. So I'm very excited to have a chance to sit down with some of the teachers and the students. And so we will be right back with more 843 TV. And we're at the Polaris Tech Charter School.